Good evening. This is the October 2nd, 2024 Seminole County Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. Everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, this is a 7-member board appointed by the Board of County Commissioners. A quorum has been established to hold tonight's meeting. Public hearing items acted upon by this board are referred to the Board of County Commissioners for further consideration. Board members present tonight, from my left, starting with Commissioner Lourdes Aguirre. Next, we got Commissioner Tim Smith, Commissioner Carissa Lawton. We got Vice Chairman Mike Lorenz, Chairman Dan Lopez, Commissioner Richard German, and Commissioner Brandy Iapolo. Staff present tonight are Jose Gomez, County Manager's Office Chief Administrator, Nisa Borker, Deputy County Attorney, Vladimir Simonovsky, Development Review Engineering Manager, Joy Giles, Principal Planner, Kathy Hamill, Principal Planner, Caitlin Apgar, Planner, Tammy Brushwood, P&Z Board Clerk. Tonight's meeting will go as follows. Staff will introduce the item. The applicant will present their item. Audience members wishing to speak will then be heard. Audience participation requires each speaker complete a comment card and give it to the clerk. Comment cards are located in the lobby. Please indicate on the comment form whether you would like to make any oral comments. Written comments will also be accepted. Speakers should restrict their comments to information directly related to the item being heard. When called, speakers should approach the microphone, clearly state their name and address for the record. The board may ask questions of the speaker. After all speakers have been heard, public comment will be closed. The applicant will be given a chance for rebuttal. Any items shown, such as videos, presentations, pictures, or maps, must be left with the clerk for public record. Items shown for electronic or from electronic devices should be emailed to the clerk. A motion will be made and seconded. Board discussion may occur and conclude with a vote. I will request a roll call for any split votes. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the proof of publication. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Got a motion to approve and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Next is going to be the approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. All right, the next item is going to be public hearing items, starting with the Ronald Reagan plot rezone, presented by Ms. Caitlin Apgar, Project Manager.
Hello, my name is Caitlin Apgar, planner from Planning and Development Services, for the record. The applicant is requesting the approval for a rezone from A1 Agriculture and R1A Single Family Dwelling District to R1 Single Family Dwelling District for a proposed single-family residential subdivision on approximately 4.76 acres, located at 6200 North Ronald Reagan Boulevard. The applicant proposes to develop the subject site as a single-family residential subdivision in compliance with the R1 zoning classification, with a minimum lot size of 5,000 square feet and a minimum lot width at building line of 50 feet. The parcel currently has split zoning. The western half retains the R1A single-family zoning district, and the eastern half retains the A1 agriculture zoning district. The property is currently developed as a single-family residence. The request for the rezone to R1 is to allow the property to be subdivided into single-family lots. The proposed subdivision intends to include the current residents on the eastern side. The number of lots is formally undetermined at this phase, but the applicant approximates about 14 lots as allowable and in compliance with all applicable Seminole County regulations. The property has a future land use of low-density residential, which allows a maximum density of 4 dwelling units per net buildable acre. This equates to a density maximum of 19 dwelling units per acre for the subject property. Access proposed is via Ronald Reagan Boulevard, which is considered an urban minor arterial, operating at a level of service A. There is an existing sidewalk along Ronald Reagan Boulevard. The developer will be required to provide internal sidewalks for the development that comply with the Land Development Code of Seminole County. The requested R1 zoning classification does not require a plan for review during the rezone process. Therefore, at the time of preliminary subdivision plan review, the development will be evaluated for buffer requirements. The R1 zoning district does not require open space. The subject site is currently located within the City of Sanford's utility service area, but will be transferred to Seminole County service area and will be required to connect to county water and sewer. There is currently an interlocal agreement between the City of Sanford and Seminole County for the service boundary change, and it is pending the memorandum of agreement for final execution. In compliance with Seminole County Land Development Code, Section 30.3.5, Community Meeting Procedures, the applicant conducted a community meeting on July 8th, 2024. Staff finds the request to be consistent with the Seminole County Comprehensive Plan and compatible with the trend of development in the area. The proposed subdivision of the property into 14 lots equates to approximately 3 dwelling units per acre, which is in compliance with the LDR future land use maximum of 4 dwelling units per acre. The standard dimensional requirements within the R1 zoning district provide a transition between similar lot sizes to the west and larger parcels to the east. Staff recommends the Board of County Commissioners adopt the proposed ordinance enacting a rezone from A1 and R1A to R1 single-family dwelling for a proposed single-family residential subdivision on approximately 4.76 acres located on the northeast side of Ronald Reagan Boulevard, southwest of Nolan Road.
Thank you, Caitlin. Any questions from the board for staff? All right, is the applicant present?
Yes.
Please come forward. Please state your name and address for the record. And
Matthew Osborne, and my address, or the address, my home address,
yes,
is 8562 Dufferin Lane, Orlando, Florida, 32832.
thank you. All right, anything further you wanted to add?
No, not necessarily. I think she had just about stated everything we're here to request tonight.
Excellent. Any questions from the board for the applicant?
Are you the owner?
No, my father-in-law is the owner.
Okay.
I'll be the developer, the contractor developer.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Seeing no other questions from the board? Thank you very much. Any questions from the audience? Questions or comments?
I've got some concerns on drainage for the area.
Please come forward, sir. And state your name and address for the record.
Robert Bradbury, 4120 Brewster Court, Sanford, Florida, 32773. I own the property directly adjacent to the north of this property. Back when I was a boy, it was called the Citrus Heights. The old Orlando Highway had huge drainage ditches on each side of the road carrying stormwater to the creeks to the east and the west. Along came Brady Odom and built Sunland Estates, blocked off overflow to two sides of our property there. The next few owners before the current owner brought in a lot of fill dirt, which necessitated a drainage easement across the property. The problem being, with all the fill that was brought in, I'm at the bottom of the barrel now. The land to the south of me, this property, was raised 6 foot in some places and at least 2 foot just about everywhere. When we have a 10-inch rain, generally what happens before the water starts flowing through the drainage easement, my septic tank stops working, and then about the time that it starts flowing through the easement, my yard is flooded. At that point, my only recourse is to block off the drainage easement and pump over a berm to bring the water down on my side, just to get the water to go into the stormwater system along the side of Ronald Reagan. I'm concerned that with the roads and the roofs are going to create so much runoff that even a smaller rain will put water in my house. The hurricanes we had 2 years ago, I prayed for a miracle because 1 inch was all it needed before it was inside my house. I think that the amount of retention on the property is woefully inadequate in size and in depth, and that's my concern. So I would appreciate, as part of the engineering, that topo levels are taken and to see where my yard and the overflow and the drainage all works. But that's my concerns.
Thank you, sir. Any questions from the board for the gentleman? All right. Would the applicant like to respond to his concerns?
I know in the community meeting, this gentleman expressed his concerns, and our engineers who aren't here today kind of directed and explained that that would be in consideration with the PSP plan and everything else moving forward. I know they're developing behind. They're doing around 18 or 20 homes or something very similar, a good bit larger. And of course, it'll be taken into consideration in terms of design, the drainage and whatnot.
Is there any member of staff maybe that can speak to when that will be addressed, if there will be further consideration given to the amount of retention or anything? to that
Yes.
nature?
So Vladimir Simonovsky, Development Review Engineering Manager. Staff is aware of these issues with the drainage in that area. We have already made comments, and those comments actually include some of Mr. Bradbury's comments and concerns. So this will be addressed at the final engineering. The pond, of course, will be required. We require a minimum 24-year storm pre-post, not to exceed the volume, right, from the existing one. And again, it will be addressed at the engineering level, and right now it's just a rezone process, so.
I have a question of
Go right
the
ahead.
engineer. Is this a closed basin? Basically, they're going to have to retain all their drainage on site, or is there an outfall anywhere?
There is an outfall at the road, right in front of the property, that will take everything to the south side and into the existing stormwater system that is owned by the county.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments from the board? Whether it's for the staff or anybody else? Okay, thank you. Any discussion or also?
Chairman,
Yes, please.
we need to close public comment.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, go
And
ahead.
see if there's anyone else.
Was there anybody else from the public that was interested in speaking on this? I apologize. Seeing none? Okay, we'll close public comment. Any discussion from the board? Any motions at this time?
I'll make a motion that we recommend the Board of County Commissioners adopt the ordinance enacting rezone from A1 agriculture and R1A single-family dwelling to R1 single-family dwelling for approximately 4.76 acres located on the northeast side of Ronald Reagan Boulevard, southwest of Nolan Road.
Second.
We have a motion to recommend adopting the ordinance. It has been seconded. Any further comment or discussion? Seeing none. All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. All right, moving on to the second item on the agenda, the Masters Academy Special Exception Amendment presented by Ms. Kathy Hamill, Project Manager.
Good evening, Kathy Hamill, Development Services. I'm presenting an amendment to the Masters Academy Special Exception. This amendment is to allow 3 portable buildings to become permanent. The Masters Academy Special Exception was approved in 1998, and over the years, the school has expanded. There have been amendments, and the school now is requesting for temporary portables that were allowed in 2021 because they were renovating the school. They wanted to put these temporary portables, and now what they're requesting is for these portables to become permanent, and that requires an amendment to their special exception. This amendment will not increase the number of students. It will not increase the number of staff. Therefore, there will not be any additional trips on the road, and it will not impact the surrounding area. Therefore, staff is recommending for the Board of County Commissioners to approve the special exception amendment and for the permanent placement of the 3 temporary portables. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions from the board?
I do.
Yes, sir.
I'm just curious, so it was approved for 6 months in 2021, and we're in August of 2024. Were they cited? What happened? Did it fall through the
Yeah.
cracks?
It came to our attention that the portables were still there, and so therefore, we started the process. So we have been in the review process with them, getting to them to this point.
Okay.
Any other questions from the board for staff? Okay, is the applicant present? Good evening, sir. Just please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Marcus Menenge, and I live at 1235 Stone Harbor Road in Winter Springs, Florida, 32708. How you doing?
Good, please proceed.
I don't really have much to comment on it, other than this is not something for expansion like she mentioned. It is really because we are at our max possible cement or drainage options on the campus. And so in order for us to be able to move students into these portable classrooms and add on or refurbish other buildings to take that capacity later on, we're going to need these for a few years longer. And so the next step recommended to us was to apply for a permanent status. But we do not plan on those being permanent on our campus by any means.
All right, thank you, sir. Any questions from the board for the applicant? Not seeing any? All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, at this time, we'll take any questions from the public, from the audience. Anybody wish to speak on the matter? All right, seeing none. Let's go ahead and close public comment. Any questions from or any comments from the board? Also willing to entertain a motion.
Yes. Happy to make a motion.
There you go.
I'll make a motion that the Board of County Commissioners approve the special exception amendment and associated development order for permanent placement of 3 portable classrooms in the A1 zoning district on 30.79 acres. That's all you need, Fonta?
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion to recommend the approval of the special exceptions. It has been seconded. Any further comment? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll close the public hearing. Moving into closing business. Anything from staff today for the board?
I'm sorry that I missed last month's training. I was getting some training on my own, so I'm sorry I missed you. I'm here this evening, and we have nothing further to discuss that I'm aware of.
Outstanding.
We'll excuse you this time.
Outstanding. Does the board have anything to discuss? Having no further business, this meeting is adjourned.